so I wanted to take the chance with having Andrew here from Australia to kind of get everything in sync. Let's start though with the article that you sent on Telegram.
So someone actually from the community sent a really interesting article by ARK Invest, their research into scooter sharing startups, and it was actually quite interesting to read because the exact factors that they were pointing out as potential problems are the ones that we have set out to do differently. One of the most interesting things where they identified a potential for improvement is, of course, unit economics, which is something we focus a lot on, but also specifically within that on the costs for charging and relocating scooters, which is something we have a lot of focus on. And the other thing they pointed out was that it's a very different kind of model from something like Uber. So having something like Bird is much harder to scale. And maybe you want to talk to that about.
There's Bird, there's Lime, there are a bunch of companies. Neither of them has really a good grasp of the market in a way that no incumbents can come in.
Yeah.
The barrier to entry is not that high.
Yeah.
But when you look at ways to expand and grow, this is a potential competitive edge that we have here. We are building the first platform where growth doesn't depend on a ton of VC funds and dispersing tens of thousands of vehicles from a headquarters thousands of miles away, but actually depends on the local community. The scooter owners earn much more than anyone else in this platform.
The interesting thing about that is with the incentive, it also means that the demand in a specific area also right-sizes the level of deployment. Whereas a big company might dump a lot of scooters into a particular market, it might not be the right fit for the demand in that market. So we're very much aligned with the demand of the community and the entrepreneurs or individuals or stores that might want to take advantage of the open source network.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we start discussions with a new city, and we're talking to a bunch of cities now, in Europe, in Australia, in South America, and we find out something that we had no way of knowing without talking to the locals. The locals have the best knowledge of their culture, their infrastructure, the way of pricing things, the value they put on certain things. The more we are able to make the system customizable for them, the better chances we give the system for exponential growth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And no other marketplace exists where the people who decide pricing and the placement and the maintenance and the standards and even the models of the vehicles, so the specification, are distributed. And this blends really well with the vision of DAV, that is an array of transportation modes to be monetized in an array of ways by a distributed crowd.
Yeah.
The thing that we're focused on now is seeing this particular, it's just scooters. I think it's a huge business, scooters, but it's just scooters now. But it's showing everyone the first practical use case. And we know there are going to be a bunch of other ones later on.
I would say the grand vision is having a kit you can send to anyone around the world, or that they can buy themselves, that can make any vehicle DAV compatible. And that's a really big challenge and one of the things we're working on.
Excellent. So how are things coming along with R&D in general?
It's great. So we're launching Collie today, which is the next iteration of the Rider app, which includes the DAV tokens within them, as well as integration with the hardware. So for the hardware, of course, we have our first unit here, which integrates the IoT device from our first IoT partner, and we're sending 10 units of those to cities around the world next week, hopefully. We're also working to develop another IoT solution with another partner. Then we have scooters which come already integrated with the IoT built in. So we have a number of different solutions. Obviously for each city, different things work better because you have issues around import, export, certifications, things like that. So often working with the units which are already there and just importing an IoT unit works best.
Excellent.
Okay. See you on your next visit to the Holy Land, and don't let the kangaroo bite.
Do my best.